Welcome back. I've decided it was time to pull my sweet potatoes. These are Covington sweet potatoes. Let's just get going. I am curious to see what happens. I honestly didn't know sweet potatoes were it's a bad start, were a vine. I will just start pulling them out. I did them in grow bags this year for my first time, and we'll see. So far it's just pulling the top off. So I might have to actually dig in here, which in my opinion is the fun part, to see if I can find anything. I probably should have got a tarp and that would have been easier. But let's see. Oh, there's something. Maybe? Nope. We are off to a bad start. Well, hopefully I didn't fail at this. And there is a tiny little sweet potato. So let's see if we can do any better than that. I don't honestly know. I might have to try this a different way. Oh, here we go. There we go. There's one. I wonder if I've watered them too much. I really don't know. This was the first time, so I'm learning. I did put stakes in because I thought they would vine up, but they did not. Yo, I think I can feel them down there, further in there. We're just gonna have to put some dirt out and come back later and pick it up. But let's go. Nobody wants to wait too long. There we go. Here's a potato. So we've got one there. There we go. Now we're finding them. There's a couple. I don't know if I overwatered them. They're pretty dirty. I'm gonna have to come back and clean them. There we go. Oh, here we go. Now we're starting to find them. I did grow bags because I don't have a lot of land in the backyard of my house. Oh, now we're starting to find them. Here we go. Actually, I'm impressed now. These are Covington sweet potatoes. So I didn't know if I was overwatering or underwatering. There's another one. Okay. Look at it. This is successful now. Here we go. My wife is more a sweet potato person than I am. Here's another one. Here's another one. And here's another one than I am. So if I can grow a bunch, these will make her happy. And I can feel I am thoroughly impressed. There are a lot more in here than I thought there would be. Here's another one. Look at that. So, grow bags are working. There's a tiny one. And they're a root. They definitely look like roots. The dirt I used, I think, was not for like a raised garden bed, and so I was wondering if that would make them worse because there's a little firmer dirt than I thought. And so I was curious if maybe they wouldn't have room to grow. But for the first bag, that is, let's pour it out and see if anything else comes up. Here you go. There's another one. Look at that. So, we'll call that one good. Bag number 2. There we go. See, I had all these stakes. Stakes didn't really work. They're pretty green. I was told they would stay green. I also was told you can eat the leaves, but that's not something I'm really into. Look at it. Okay. I could pour them out, but it's almost just as fun to dig down and see what I can find, to be honest. My microphone might have been too low, so hopefully I just fixed it. Alright, here is another one. So this is bag 2. We will move those over and we'll just start a new count. So bag 2, another one. These are Covington sweet potatoes. I got these from Gurneys online. I was pulling these out because I thought we might get some of this hurricane rain, but it's not coming to us. Oh, here's some big ones. Look at that. 1 and 2. Alright, here's another one. So that's good. We'll keep going. Nobody wants to wait. Here we go. So I don't know if these are too wet or if I'm going to have to dry them. Look at that. Here's a whole root. There we go. There's a whole bunch of them. So some of them are definitely smaller and some of them are bigger. So But as you can see, they are definitely growing. Maybe leaving them in longer would have helped them grow bigger. Like I said, I don't know. I am new at this, but look at that. There's one. We'll wash them up later and see how many we get. Oh, there's another one. Oh, two. Look at that. See? That's cool. Alright. I think the digging part is fun because you don't know what you're getting. Unlike other vegetables in my garden, you can see them and you're just thinking, oh, I'm failing at growing tomatoes all year. But this, you don't know if you fail until the end. Hopefully you don't fail. I would call this a success. I did not fail. We'll pour that out. See if anything pops up. The roots are all the way to the bottom. So the roots made it all the way to the bottom. So I don't have to worry about that. I'll come back later. There's another one. So yeah, bag 2. Maybe not as much as bag 1. Bag number 3. Also had this thing for the vines to grow on, and they did not grow on them. I'll just have to pull it out. There you go. It'd be kind of cool if they would just pull out with it, but they don't. Alright. Oh, here we go. Here's a big one. Bag number 3. Slide those over. We'll see what we get for bag number 3. Bag number 3. Nothing. Oh, here we go. I can feel them in there. Yeah, look at that. See? That's cool. Oh, I broke that one. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. My other potatoes that I grew this year, my Yukon Gold potatoes, were really good. I planted those, all of these in the spring. Oh, here's a big one. Look at that. That's a good one. And then these are practically about the same. They came as slips. I can show you what the slips look like. See, as I planted them in. And this is what the harvest is. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I found one over there from the other bag. Alright, so we'll keep going. Look at that. Here's another one. This bag has a little bit bigger potatoes. Put the dirt over there. So this bag has potatoes, but they are bigger. These are Covington Sweet potatoes right here. So there's a Covington Sweet potato. And then they were supposed to grow pretty well. And I got these online. You know, marketing said they would grow well, so I guess I'll give them credit for that. Here we go. They probably could have kept growing bigger. I don't really know if they had more room or if I just needed more time, but they're growing all the way down. There's definitely pieces. There we go. We'll pour that out. See if there's any that pop up in the bottom. Doesn't look like it. I don't know if I can reuse this soil. I've thought about planting, ooh, there's some ants in there. Thought about planting like lettuce or something in the fall in these bags. Now I wish I had more bags. Here's plant number 4. Pull out those. Now let's see what we got. So here's another one. Probably should gentle. I think there were 12 slips. Ooh, look at that. See? That's cool. And another one, and a whole bunch of roots. Nothing there. Alright, let's go. So, it's been 90 plus degrees for the last 2 weeks, which I was kind of letting them dry out a little bit. Oh, I can just feel them in here. Here's a nice big one. See? Look at that. That's pretty cool. We'll move these over. I think that was 1, 2. Put it up. There's another one. I don't know if the brown ones or anything, if I have to wash them off. I'll look it up. So here, so some of them are, maybe they were just too wet. So some are brown, like brown. Some of the red colors I would have expected from a sweet potato. So I don't know. For this one, I can just, it's fun. You can reach down and you can just feel them. There's another big one. or if they're just dark and need to dry off. There's another one. I don't know how you're going to eat all these because they're kind of thin. Here's another one. But we will make use of it. We will make it work. All right. Here we go. Look at that. See? There's two more. Look at that. Not very big, but that's okay. Look at there. There's another one. So, my tips would be just watch the watering. I've been told a lot not to overwater. And I don't feel like overwatered. They're pretty dry, and they're not mushy and moldy. That was my fear, that it would just be too much water, so I was kind of holding back. Here's another one. So that's good. But it's hot out here. Oh, here we go. Look at that. See, there's another one. So, we're getting a pretty good harvest of these. Pour it out. We'll see what happens. Nothing. So, there's my grow bags of my sweet potatoes. Here's my leaves. And then all the potatoes I was able to grow from it. I do have a video on my potatoes. You can watch those. Those were a lot of fun. Just same kind of idea. You just kind of start digging in and see what happens. And hopefully you are successful. And I will call this a success. There's more garden stuff on my channel and some just outside stuff of camping and other things. So thanks for watching and have a great day.